Welcome, it's Walter here from fxjake.com, and I'm here with a chart on the Aussie Singapore. And I just wanted to show you this one because David sent this through, and I think it illustrates a really cool thing. It's a bearish big shadow off of the last kiss on this chart, and you can see that there's really only one thing I would say about this chart that wouldn't make it better, because this is really textbook, isn't it? First of all, we've got a well-defined box with a touch up here, a touch right here, and a touch right here. Secondly, we've got a box down here. Now, it depends on how you define the box. You could define it as David did with these touches here, and of course the breakout here. Or you could have put your box with the low here, called this a false breakout, and then also this would be a touch here, this kangaroo tail looking bar with another false breakout. But I see why he did it here, and actually I think in some ways that makes more sense, and it looks good to me. The only thing that would have made it better is if the touch came a little bit later. Often you will see the market come back up and touch it immediately, and unless it prints a really good signal like this one did, which is a giant bearish big shadow, unless it does something like that, I normally don't take the immediate touches, because I like to see it kind of come down to this area and then come back up and touch, which is what it almost did, actually, right here. As you can see, it did indeed fall. It fell through, came back up, touched it with the bearish big shadow. Now, of course, David would have had a sell stop below the low, and then he sees it just truck on down. And in fact, in the Daily Trader, I mentioned this one the other day. I think it was yesterday, in fact, the Aussie Singapore. The Aussie Singapore, the Aussie Swiss, all the bearish sort of Aussie pairs happening right now. But so I just wanted to show you that this is how David was seeing this, and I think it's absolutely a great way to see this chart. And again, the only one little nitpicky thing I would have about this chart would be that, it would have been nicer had it moved away for more than, just 3 candles. Because you see it's 1 candle, 2 candle, 3, and then it did the touch on the 4th candle. And that's fine as long as the touch is a really nice candle, and this one was, certainly. It would have been nicer had, it would have been really just perfect if it had broken out, came down to here, and then came up here and did the big bearish shadow up here, because that would have given it a few more candles out of the box. The reason why I like that is because normally the more candles outside the box, the less likely it is to get back in the box, right? But if it just sort of has a false breakout, it'll often go straight back in the box. Kind of like here, like if we had defined the bottom of the box with this low here, this would have been a false breakout. See how it broke out through and then immediately jumped back in the box. Same thing here. If we had the edge of the box here, here, and here, the bottom of the box, then you see that this candle right here fell through and then boom, it jumped back up in the box. So that's why I like to see the market move a little bit further away from the box for, say, 6, 7 candles, something like that, before I wait for the perfect retouch. But again, there's nothing wrong with this one, obviously, because it printed such a bearish candle. It was just a really nice clue of what was going to happen. And had you missed that one, you actually have another bearish candle over here. Although it wasn't it certainly wasn't a bearish big shadow. It didn't have a higher high. It did have a lower low, and it was a nice big bearish candle, and that sort of set it off, and the market sort of fell from there. So I just wanted to show you David's chart because I think it's going to be interesting to a lot of other naked traders out there. And until the next video, I wish you very happy trading.